Hello, friends all. Wherever and whenever you find this video, I'm glad you are here in my sacred space that I prepared for us. Here where the coffee is hot and you are loved. I'm Olivia, and I'm here to read your tarot. Let's shed some light on this dark night. So let me pour you a cuppa. And then let me pour me a cuppa. So if coffee is not your fave, go ahead and pause the video and get something delicious that you love, that's comforting, that you can enjoy while we enjoy one another's company. Okay? I'm Olivia. Did I already say that? I sure did. Okay. I was called to read the Light Seekers Tarot. I'm going to move the mic so that it will be, so that you can hear these things. Oh, the coffee is hot and delicious. Okay, so if you've never done a tarot pick a card, it's easy. Don't you worry about a thing, okay? Because all you have to do is follow along. It's that easy. It's short and sweet, okay? 3 cards each. At the end, we'll do a charms reading. If you don't know what unintentional ASMR is, I'll tell you. I know it seems I'm being very intentional. The thing is if I weren't intentional, I would have a better mic and a better sound system set up. And then that way I could call it intentional. But as it is, yes, it is about the sounds. It's relaxing. People find it relaxing. Hopefully you do as well. All right, we are going to do shuffling on camera. Do remember these are general readings, so don't make life-altering choices or decisions based on these or any other tarot pick a card, okay? Or any other tarot pick a card video. And always remember, you are the master of your universe and the creator of your destiny. And if you want a personal reading, you can find my information below. At this moment, there's a volunteer for group 1. We're going to have 4 groups, all right? And I'm going to go ahead and finish pulling for group 1 right now. Everybody gets 3 cards and a little charm. We're going to do the green glass for you guys, group 1. Okay, now, you don't really have to choose a group. You can really just choose them all. And just go with what resonates with you, what works. It's all about talking about things that may be difficult to talk about. It's about kind of a little meditation, actually, is what we're doing, all right? Let's just see how we feel when we talk about these things. How does it relate to us? Here's a river rock we'll do for group 2. Also, sometimes tarot can bring to light things that we have been possibly hiding from ourselves or not wanting to look at. Or sometimes it's just fun, you know? All right, let's pull for group 2. 3 cards for group 2. I mean group 3. Okay. I've also got my little quiet cards here. We may do some of that later. We may do a yes or no. Let's do the HappyCat here. And we have 1 more group to pull for, and then we will start reading. All right. Woof. Oop. Volunteer. We'll get 2 more to go with that. And a card topper. What shall we use? I'm looking around my table here because I've got all kinds of stuff. We may use this little book. I don't know. If I get stumped. Oh, how about this little froggy? We'll use the frog. Okay. I'm going to check and make sure you can see that. Oops. Nope. That's better, right? Okay. Now we're cooking with gas, right? Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We are going to move these aside for now. and go ahead and read group 1. So if you want to skip ahead to your timestamp, just look for those timestamps in the description box, okay, below this video, and then you can get your, or you can just fast forward, right? That's easy enough. So if you chose the green glass, you have the 4 of Pentacles. It's a good solid card. The Page of Swords. And the 10 of Swords. Okay, yeah, I think we are going to look some of this up because this is really exciting. With the 4 of Pentacles, you see that she's got her money in her purse, and she has enough. She has a good, solid nest egg right there, okay? With the Page of Swords, she has an idea. See these light bulbs right here that she is going to pursue. And with the 10 of Swords, she's going to find success. Now, let me look. I want to look up the 10 of Swords and read to you a little bit from that. Let me get my little glasses here. Painful endings, crisis, an opportunity to find deep healing, hope, and resiliency. I'm healing every day. So the 10 of Swords, with this deck especially, through this action, through you having the seed money and the idea to do something, you are going to find your place in a really deep, meaningful place of enlightenment, of seeing things much more clearly. Sometimes that does hurt. Always, the good things in life always hurt a little bit and feel real good too. So that's your little mini reading. Stay tuned for the charms reading at the end. That will enhance your reading. I don't see anything to be afraid of here in this reading. However, it is intense because this is saying that you are going to basically starting on a journey of ideas and possibilities, and you're going to find yourself at a point of completion that has transformed you, and that's pretty exciting. Okay, so if you enjoyed this and you would like, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to know when I upload more videos. And I'm going to move on to those of you who chose the River Rock. So if you chose the River Rock, you have the 7 of Wands, Death and Rebirth. Oh, and Temperance. My goodness. Oh, beautiful. We're going to read a little bit about the 7 of Wands, which is energies that are surrounding you right now. It looks like that you are just really going through something, and you're just really, it's like you're going through it right now. The throes of death and rebirth. This is more of a past card, even though you're going through it right now. Let me get my glasses here. Challenge, grounding, protecting yourself, movement, growth, creativity, innovation. Those are all the words used to describe this card. You have been working towards this. You have used your tools and your energy in order to get to this place where you can find, again, it's very similar to the last reading we had, because you're going through it to get to this point that is a real boon, a real balance, a real beautiful place to be and see, a real high point, like standing on top of a mountain in the light of day, being able to see as far as you can. You can see this person is an angel, someone who is deeply tapped into the universe. I'm going to put on my shawl. If this reading resonated with you, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up. If it didn't, if you absolutely dislike it, let me know. Let me know about that. If you don't like this, if you don't like the jangling bracelets, I'm not going to change that. But let me know. Tell me what you think. All right? Tell me what you think. All right, we're going to move on, and we're going to move on to the next, which is the HappyCat. This cat is very special to me. It definitely symbolizes good business. However, it also symbolizes friendships because of how I came to this, okay, to getting this little HappyCat. So your reading today The beautiful Empress, the feminine, Page of Cups, and the Chariot. Okay, guys. All right, with the Empress, you are coming from a place of abundance, whether you've made that for yourself or whether it's been given to you, or basically you are fecund, you are fertile, you are full of ideas and power and energy, and you've got it going on, man. And with the Page of Cups, you're ready to start. You're ready to start with love. Look at that. When pigs fly, could happen, right? With the Chariot, you're ready to go. This is like with the Chariot, oftentimes that means that you have done and gathered, you have practiced, you're sitting, excuse me, I do have allergies. It's not the COVID. But this is a really exciting point. To me, with the Chariot is, you've done all the practice. You've done all the practices. Now it's time to do it. It's like that point where all the runners are lined up. They've got their, I don't know what all that's called. I used to run track when I was younger, but I don't remember. You have your feet in the little wooden things, and the gun has not popped yet. It's getting ready to. So you're getting ready to start. Pachoo! And just move forward with great direction, speed, knowing what you're doing, having all that you need to get there. So that's a really exciting time for you. So where are you going? That's your question you ask yourself right now, because you want to know which direction you're going before you get started running, okay? All right. So that's your little mini reading. Make sure you stay tuned for the charms reading later. That will enhance your reading. If you like that, give me a thumbs up. If it gave you food for thought, go ahead and let me know. And if you picked the frog, we're moving on to your cards. Ace of Swords. Very good. Oh, Three of Swords. You can tell that that's very tense card right there. Oh, and then the Lovers. Okay. So what this really kind of is it's just an acknowledgement of you going through some very difficult times, especially when it comes to possibly heartbreak and love, but also it could be it doesn't have to actually be heartbreak over relationship. It could be heartbreak over seeing things for what they really are instead of what you thought they were. The good part about it is, and I think for a lot of you this is relationship. The good part about it is that a lot of times when we, in our search for true and good relationships, we have to learn what that is that we want. And that can be a very painful process. The thing is that you have this promise that what you've gone through is going to get you to where you need to go. And that is in relationship. Now, this could be in relationship with, now when I say in relationship with self, I'm more talking about relationship with God or higher power. Relationship with self is extremely important, and I consider relationship with self when we're respecting ourselves and when we're loving ourselves, we're loving our higher power, our creator, our God that made us. So when I'm talking about self-love, I'm also talking about our spiritual relationship with our heavenly beings, with our creator, or however you want to think about that, source, power, universe. If you are agnostic or atheist, just think of it as relationship with self. That's okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. They're promising for you. I know it's been rough, but there are some good things coming forth for you. Now I am going to go ahead and play with these charms. Let's go ahead and see what we have for you. Now right now I'm looking at them. I'm mixing them up. Very exciting. You can see a lot of fun things in there, right? I got my little claw hand going. Okay, so I'm going to move the bowl down here. I'm going to put my hand here so I can know where to put the charms. I'm going to look away from the charms and close my eyes. I'm going to get my little claw fingers in here, and I'm going to put some charms down, and we're going to read them. This should enhance the reading that we've done for you already. We have the number 4. We have a rosebud. What is this? Hangry. Trust issues. This is an interesting reading. What does this say? Celebrate disability, diversity, and difference. We have a lot here. There's a lot going on here. So this is going to be a bigger reading than than all the little readings put together. So this really will enhance what's going on. So do take what resonates with you once we get started. My goodness. And then, oh, we've got weapons here. We've got 2 weapons. That's interesting. I hardly ever draw weapons. The lamppost, ice cream. Okay. Well, okay. There's a lot going on here. Right? Okay. Let me take a look. There's a lot of wisdom here. I do have the owl. There's really almost too much here to read. So let's start with the tower and trust issues and hangry. Let's start with those because those all seem to be kind of somewhat negative things that we're looking at here. The tower isn't always negative. In fact, the tower usually ends up being positive because it's very much a learning experience. It's like learning how to fly. It often seems like it's traumatic and dramatic, and yes, we learn a lot from those kinds of things. Let's just leave trust issues and hangry over here. Let's just say that this is something that maybe possibly some of you need to look at. As far as the tower card is concerned, I do want you to recognize that that is not a negative thing. It can be an intense thing, of course, but it is not a negative thing. And just make sure that if you find yourself in a difficult situation where you're worried or scared or feeling overwhelmed or feeling like you have trust issues, make sure you are not hungry or hangry, okay? Feed yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay. The owl, intellect, experience. And then we also have the key that you already know how to open the doors that you need to open. You have the key. We also have a heart right near here. The key, I want to get my glasses so I can see what this says on it. It says, made with love. Made with love. The swift, you guys may have other meanings for the swift, but for me, whenever I see this bird, I think of being able to fly away, being able to find your spirit self, being able to go into meditation or prayer and find hope and flight where there doesn't seem to be any, like within a tower moment. The same with the Pegasus. The Pegasus is kind of a like a fairy tale creature, but always knowing that there are ways out of these dark times. Now, why there are weapons in here, why we have 2, that's really interesting to me because I hardly ever, these weapons, they usually stay at the very bottom of the bowl. I mixed them really well, but I usually mix them really well, and they don't usually come up. So I'd like to focus on this part, setting your sights on something, okay? Being able to set your sights on something with that thing here. And also, if you see that this gun happens to have a silencer hooked on the end, and I don't know, just take that. Just take that. Whatever it made you feel, you just take that. I'm not going to try to interpret that. Now, the thing about dragonflies, this is a real wonderful and interesting thing I think about dragonflies, is that they do represent some of the wisest of us, some of our greatest prophets. Whatever religion you're thinking of, it doesn't really matter because because the dragonfly represents gurus or prophets or wise ones. So if you find a dragonfly in a reading, or if you happen upon a dragonfly that seems to be very interested in you, I want you to think about the guru in yourself. Think about the prophet inside of yourself. And what would you be saying to yourself? Or what are they trying to say to you? I want to mention too, with the Pegasus and the lamppost and the ice cream cone, not to forget to treat yourself and to go ahead and play with fiction and fantasy in your life, because it really can help to enhance reality. And it can also help kind of work things out that you're not really understanding. Okay, that sounds crazy, but I'll put it this way. There have been studies shown that fiction can help people understand how to be more compassionate towards one another. All right? So you don't have to be all about facts all the time. Last but not least, we have some money here. Some chump change. Bitcoin. I don't even know what it's worth or what it means, but here it is in this reading. We've got Rose and we've got Jade. Jade is good luck and Rose is love. And for me especially, it's very much a grandmotherly love. So we have all of this stuff here, and I just told you what all it represented. I don't know if it resonated with you. I hope it did. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you do come back. That's my biggest wish, is for you to come back. And I appreciate your being here. I'm going to sign off. Until next time, I love you guys.